Hello, this is Sunil Sunder Raj with Jersey Sporting News. Today, I'm happy to be speaking with Montclair State University baseball head coach Dave Lorber. Coach Lorber, once again, thank you so much for taking some time out today to speak with me. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Appreciate you having me on, and it's good to be here.
Exciting times, sir. The Red Hawks baseball program, Coach Lorber, back in the NCAA tournament after 13 years. Just got to ask you right off the bat how that feels right now for you and the rest of the team.
Yeah, it was a proud moment for the guys, well-deserved moment. Obviously, to hear their name on Monday, and just a really, really great moment for the program, for our alumni, for our university, and really everyone involved. Special, just really special. Good and well-deserving group. This team has put in the work and the dedication, and has gone through a ton of obstacles to get here. And it's been rewarding, and we're excited to continue on and work hard to next day of practice and get out there and see what happens on Friday.
Just take people behind the scenes. Just that moment, I said Montclair State was, announced, I said for the NCAA tournament, just the surrounding, just, with the coaches, the players, I'm sure, say administrative officials, athletic department as well. Just talk about that, Coach Lorber.
Yeah, we've been really blessed to have a fantastic support system here at Montclair, from our administration, our vice president, Dr. Sulferis, our president, Jonathan Capel, our athletic director, Rob Chesney. And we had a lot of those people in the room with us. You're always on edge because you see the projections that come out that week before, and you never know what's real, what's not. I felt confident in what we had done and accomplished for the year, that we were deserving of it. But you're always kind of still sweating it out until they call your name. And our guys, I think, had been cautiously optimistic. They had prepared while we waited in a professional manner, where they went to practice every day and they worked to get better to prepare for this moment. And, I think that obviously when you're sitting there and you're waiting, and the first regional was Arcadia that came on the board, and, we kind of got quiet since we knew that was close by, and then it didn't happen. And then all of a sudden you're going through some, regionals out in Wisconsin, and you're going, okay, we're probably not going there because that's a flight. And then, Immaculata came on the board, and the guys got quiet again. And so it was kind of that nervous quiet. And then obviously, you see the video online where they erupted in excitement, and a lot of hugs, a lot of excitement. And then it was back to business. The adrenaline is there, but it wears off quickly because you now have a task. And, our job is to play our very best brand of baseball in a regional that we're here to represent our university and everyone that came before us, and our alumni that helped build the storied tradition program at Montclair State. And we're excited for Friday.
Yeah, no, well said. Hey, let's talk about this 2022 season. 31-11, 15-3 in the New Jersey Athletic Conference, 13-2 at home, and 13-4 on the road. Just, impressive numbers across the board, Coach Lorber. I was just thinking about before we came on the air that I think the last two seasons at home at Yogi Berra Stadium, you guys are 26-6. That is just outstanding. Just talk about, just having this type of, again, you're not done, but just up to this point, this type of, successful season.
Yeah, you said it. We play well at home. Montclair State's own Yogi Berra Stadium. It's ours. It's great. And we wish we could have hosted the regional at Yogi Berra Stadium. Yeah. Unfortunately, we can't. But we would have loved to have had it here because of the successes that we've had at home. We're comfortable playing at home. But as our record indicates, we're comfortable anywhere, because we preach a lot of the time, at the end of the day, it's about us playing our very best brand of baseball. And whoever's in the dugout across from us, it doesn't matter, because we can control what we can, and we can do the best for the guy next to us and the guy in front of us and behind us and beside us. And if we take care of that, and we take care of playing our very best brand of baseball each day, then usually good things will happen. And 31 times that did this year. Yeah. And people also forget baseball's really hard. There's a lot of things that can happen. Yeah. So, having a season that you go 31-11 is a testament to the consistency of our players and our coaches and our program. And, it's about following that consistency into the regional tournament. And that's it. Obviously we fell a little bit short in the NJAC tournament. That's okay. That's a gauntlet of a tournament. A lot of good teams. All the teams in there are fantastic, well coached and well respected. But we have to reset the button a little bit and get ready to play our best brand of baseball come Friday.
Yeah, no, definitely. And let's just, just looking at the breakdown of the roster, and, hopefully I have these numbers right, but, 1 graduate student, 9 seniors, 7 juniors, 6 sophomores, and 11 freshmen. I mean, you talk about not only, this year, but, the future sets up really bright, for you, in this program. But just talk about, again, how these guys, preparation, before the season and buying into, your message and going out there again, performing at an elite level. But just talk about having that type of roster, again, now here and for the future as well, Coach Lorber.
Yeah, I say it all the time. We're really old and really young all at the same time. We've relied on a multitude of guys. And really, when you look at what COVID has done to rosters, not only in our situation, but across the country, you've got juniors who really haven't played a full season of college baseball until this year. So they're still going through some learning curves and growing pains. And then you got a guy like Joe Norton, who is in his 6th year, who I thought during 2020, the COVID year, was going to be my last year with Joe. Yeah. And we get 2 more beautiful years together, and he gets to experience a regional for the first time. So it's a building process. COVID has thrown a wrench into that. Obviously we took over the program right before the 2020 season, and there had been a little bit of a dip in the success rate here. And we've started to turn that around with increments each year since we've been here, and obviously culminating in an at-large bid this year. And we're excited. Our young guys are talented ball players. And they're going through it too, and they're learning. And the beauty of it is we've got guys like Joe Norton and Andrew Allworther and Anthony Guarino, who've been around for a little while too, to kind of help them guide them, and through the moments that sometimes seem a little bigger, even though it's about simplifying that, about the games that now playoff baseball heightens the excitement and heightens the focus and heightens the stakes. Because, a guy like Joe Norton, he never played in an NJAC tournament until last year, right? In his 5th year of college. So up until last year, we didn't have one guy in our dugout who had played in postseason baseball. And we lost in a really tough series against Kane in 21. And I kept telling people, I said, this is going to pay dividends down the road. We're going to learn how to play in big games. We're going to learn what that pressure is like. We're going to learn that every game matters in the regular season. And then fast forward to 22 here, when it does pay dividends and we're into the regionals and we're back playing those big games and we're the number 2 seed in the NJAC tournament. There's something to be said about experience in postseason play and the comfort you get when you go through it multiple times. And so I think we're just starting to get into that and starting to kind of feel that as a normalcy. It's something that we talked about my very first meeting. And when I came in here in December of 2019, I came in and I met with our team in the Aux gym for the very first time. And I said to them, the expectations every year that we're in the NJAC tournament, and the expectations every year that we're playing for a championship, and the expectations every year is we put ourselves in contention for a regional. And I said, we're going to go to a regional. So stay on board because we're going. And, here we are. So it's exciting. Yeah. It's exciting, but it's credit to all these guys in our locker room. They battle, they listen, they learn, they truly care about each other. And our coaching staff, I couldn't ask to be around a better group of guys that are so selfless in their time, in their care, in their commitment to our student athletes and their experience. And it's just such a rewarding thing for all of the players and all of the coaches and our university. I'm just so proud for this university and this baseball program to be back where it belongs.
Yeah, no, definitely. Hey, you're able to, the team was able to travel, this season, I think down to Washington, D.C., Aberdeen, Maryland, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Just talk about how important that was, for this team this season, Coach Lorber.
Yeah, we talk about building our schedule a lot because you do want to play a challenging schedule that allows you to compete against regional teams like a Catholic university, who we opened up the season. Weekend 2 with. And so, we like to also give our guys kind of that Division I experience where instead of going on one spring break trip that's 10 days long and you're just there playing 7 games, for us, it's about, let's get away to different places on the East Coast or the country. Let's go from Thursday to Sunday, come back, right? And then we practice. And let's go away again, Thursday to Sunday. And then during spring break, we actually played our midweek games in Myrtle Beach and then came back and we played up in Connecticut against Trinity. And I just thought it was a better environment for our guys to do that and get used to the kind of go away, come back. It mirrors more of a 3-game regional set, that we're about to look at. And also I think it helps us develop our pitching, right? Instead of going out and playing 7 games in 10 days, we're able to play 3 games, 4 games in a weekend. We can keep an eye on pitch counts. We can build guys up correctly so that at the end of the day, our guys are peaking at the end of the season and we're putting ourselves in a good position for postseason play.
Yeah. Hey, I was looking at the stats, both, for offense and then pitching wise. I mean, offense, if I have it correct, I think there are 11 guys on this team that are hitting over 300. And that is just amazing. Just talk about it. I mean, that you guys are definitely able to score runs, but then also have the pitching, which has been a collective effort. Coach Lorber, if you just want to talk about that as well, just heading again into this game against Ithaca on Friday.
Yeah, offensively, I knew we were going to have, a pretty strong team. We've got some good pieces, and we've got some good pieces that unfortunately haven't gotten as much playing time as they would probably like or us at the end of the day because we're pretty fortunate to be deep. So offensively, we have one thing we say all the time, and that's make the batter behind you's at bat easier. And we talk a lot about that and how we go about doing that, and then sticking with a simple approach and a plan depending on who we're facing. So I've been very pleased with the consistency of the offense. I think we're averaging somewhere around 8-9 runs a game, which is fantastic at any level. And then what's been the biggest piece of our success has been our pitching staff, and I give our pitchers a heck of a lot of credit what they've done. We finished, I believe, 1 after the regular season in ERA for the NJAC. And our guys, the emergence of Patrick Cucurulu as a legitimate number 1, Ethan Gonzalez, Brian Reese, Matt Pontari. I mean, those guys have come on. Nick Seffick having a wonderful year in the bullpen. Jack Havson stepping into a closer role literally 2 weeks into the season. We put him in there and he's done a really nice job. Silva, Darren Gonzalez, who, man, he's had a heck of a senior year. So it's been fun to watch our pitchers find their roles and really flourish in them. And that's something that's important, right? You want to know what you are on the mound, and then you want to go execute your job. And it just shows you that we can kind of win in a couple different ways. Pitching, defense, hitting. I mean, pitching and defense to me will always be the premium. I don't say that out loud too much, considering I'm a hitting guy myself. I do the hitters here, but I don't forget who the real winners are, and that's our pitchers and our defense.
Yeah, no, definitely. Hey, I had to ask you. You talked about building up this program. I mean, first year you went 8-4, and then last year go 20-10, 11-7 in the NJAC. And now, again, it said here 31-11. Did you anticipate that, it would be this fast, that you could see that, the growth of this program, and that you would be at this, at this point, at this juncture here, Coach Lorber?
Loaded question.
Yeah.
I didn't think we'd be here this quick.
Yeah.
But I'm also not shocked by it, being inside the program and meeting the players and having a couple of years now with especially some of the older group that's here. we needed some things to go right. We needed some people to step into some roles this year, and they have. And because of that, it's enabled us to have this success this year. Obviously you want to keep climbing on an upward trajectory. But I'm through the moon about what we've accomplished this year. Our guys, they were not going to be denied if it was possible. They were going to battle through everything, and they truly, truly never wanted to give away an opportunity to win. Yeah. And that's a credit to their character more than anything, a credit to who they are, and then their fiber and soul, just winners. And I'm a guy that doesn't get too high or too low on wins and losses. I'm pretty even keel on all of it. Mm-hmm. And these guys have taken ownership of everything and said, no, we're going to win. And I said, okay, I'll sit back and watch you guys. And so that's been kind of a fun shift. When you watch a good team play, and I've been fortunate to be around a few of them, you as a coach get to kind of just sit back and steer the ship a little bit and pop in when you need to, because all of a sudden player-driven leadership amongst the team is one of the strongest things in athletics, and one of the most important things in championship teams. And we're hopeful that we can continue forward and do what we expect to do, and you'll see what comes out of it. But I'm excited that we've done what we've done as a collective group. I thank the support of our president, of our vice president, of our athletic director, and their support for our program, and so many others behind the scenes, because really without them and what they enable us to do, which ultimately enables the players to have the best possible experience, to go out there and play with a free spirit, and a ton of joy and passion every day, we wouldn't be here.
Yeah. Hey, what did you want that Red Hawks jersey? I was wondering to represent every time the players don that Red Hawks jersey on, go out there on the field. Just wondering what your message was, to the players.
Yeah, it's a brotherhood and a family of not only the current group but the past as well. Mm-hmm. And anytime you wear that Montclair State University jersey, or you step into the halls of Yogi Berra Stadium, it's about honoring the past while forging forward our own future. Mm-hmm. And so we talk about our alumni, and so it's about honoring them. It's about doing things the right way. It's about playing hard, playing consistent, and ultimately at the end of the day, winning, because winning is important. While it's not the end all be all, winning is an important piece.
True. Okay. Let's talk about that matchup on Friday against Ithaca. I took a look at their record 30-12. I just wanted to get your thoughts just on, what it's going to take, to get the W, on Friday afternoon in Mackle, Pennsylvania, Coach Lorber.
They're a good club, well coached, strong tradition. We've watched some video on it. We're starting to kind of dive into that now a little bit more after we figure out booking hotels and all that stuff that goes into it. Yeah. The next 24 hours of preparation is going to be vital for us as we dig a little bit deeper into them. Mm-hmm. But I know that this is going to be a challenge. And that's about as good of a 2-3 game you're going to see right now in a regional, because of what both programs are and have been in their past. So it's going to be fun. I'm excited for that challenge, and that's what you want, right? And you want to play the best teams out there in the country when it comes to regional time. So, we'll be throwing Kook in game one. Cooper will go for us in game one, as we know. Everything else will be to be determined. But I know every day that he goes out there, I'm pretty confident.
Great. We talk about the brand of college baseball here in New Jersey. Specifically with NJAC, you got two other schools who are in the tournament as well, and William Patterson and Rowan. To see on the Division III level, 3 schools in the NCAA tournament. This has got to be great. For the state, just to see that representation as well, Coach Lorber.
Yeah, and I'll even give Stevens their due too, right? Even though they're not in the NJAC, there's a 4th New Jersey team.
Yeah.
So when you're looking at 60 teams in the country that get in and 4 from one state, it's pretty impressive. Outside of Minnesota and New York, I don't think it really happens all that much. The NJAC, we talk about all the time. You could brand it as a Power 5 conference in Division III, and that goes not just for baseball, but all the sports really. There's such a load of talent here. You have so many players that have played at some higher levels that come back to the NJAC. You've got some freshmen that really come forward that were good players in high school, but stay close to home. And it is just, it's a fantastic, fantastic league that brings out the best in the student athletes all throughout the state. Listen, Rowan has been a good team. William Patterson's been a good team. And you can even say that, Kane could have made a case. They were in the top 25 all year. It prepares us for games that we're about to get into this weekend. Listen, New Jersey baseball has been known for a very long time. And even when I was at the Division I level, we came in and rated New Jersey too. A lot of people do. It's a great, great state. They do a fantastic job at the lower levels, bringing players up through player development. We've got some really good programs and travel programs through the state that do a heck of a job teaching the game and teaching the fundamentals that it takes to play at this level. So it's great, and I think it's good for New Jersey. And I think players are starting to realize, maybe I don't have to go away to get really good baseball. And Division I Rutgers right now, they're playing into, possibly an at-large bid. And, it goes to show you can do it right here at home. And, we're hoping to be an option for some of those guys that may not be going to the Division I level and want to come back and play in these big games here in regionals.
Yeah. One of my final question before you get the last word here, Coach Lorber, is that, at all 3 levels, including community college where you've coached, you've had, incredible success. I mean, it's again, outstanding to see. I'm just wondering for you, in terms of coaching baseball, this might sound sort of long-winded as well, but just, what makes the game of baseball so enjoyable to coach? From each level, if you want to just describe that, Coach Lorber.
Sure. I mean, no matter what level you're at, it doesn't truly change because it's about the people you surround yourself with. It's about your players. It's about caring for them. It's about learning their journeys. It's about celebrating their successes. It's about your assistant coaches and their development into what they want out of their careers. And I've been very fortunate to work with a lot of people that cared about me and took care of me. And for me, coaching is about giving back to a game that grew me up, matured me, taught me a lot of things, but also now gave me a platform to pay those things back to others. So I enjoy that aspect of it. I enjoy the team building aspect of it. I enjoy the camaraderie you get from it, because I don't think you get it all that many other places outside of maybe the police department, fire department. It's hard to get it in the corporate world, that environment of competitiveness with care, and it's just a unique thing. And for me, it's the fact that some of my lifelong friends came through athletics. And I know that we're giving that same experience to our guys, where some of these guys will be in each other's weddings and they'll be forever linked. Because how many times, these guys get to go to a regional. They get to talk about that for the rest of their life.
That's true.
And I know it was a very common place here at Montclair State from, I think it was 81 to 2001, like 20 straight years. But I don't think in 2009, when the season wrapped up, anyone was like, it's going to take us a while to get back there, and it has. And we have to recognize that it's not easy, and this is special. And so for me, giving these special moments to the players, and I'm not giving it, they earned it. But having those moments come to fruition for these players is why I coach. And I'm just very fortunate to be a small piece really of all of it.
Yeah. Something popped into my head. What has this meant to you and your family? I had to ask you, family's always important. This job is very demanding. It's at 24/7, probably, definitely 365. Did just talk about that journey, Coach Lorber.
Yeah, my wife thought when I came to the Division III level, it was going to be less time. She continues to razz me about that today. It's special to do it, to do this here in my home state, to do it at a place like Montclair State that has long been on my radar of a landing spot. Mm-hmm. To have the support of my wife and my daughter and my parents and my sister and my extended family that's all still here in New Jersey. And it's been rewarding. I don't necessarily think I've truly let it sink in fully yet because I've been sprinting around making sure everybody else is okay and that we've ordered Chick-fil-A for dinner and all that good stuff. Hopefully I get a sponsorship. I think when it's all said and done, I'll look back at this year. This will be a very special year. And I said it to our athletic director, when I went through the interview process, is I don't want to move on from here. I want this to be where I finish my career. And I know that's kind of crazy to say when you're, at least possibly still look young like myself. But I don't want to coach until I'm peeled over. But I want to do it and put my full heart into it here for the rest of my career. And then, hopefully they'll have me do that because this is a special place and we're just starting to kind of break through on what we can be.
Sounds good. Okay. Coach Lorber, always in my interviews, just like, where the athlete or the coach gets the final word, your message to, the Red Hawks fan base out there, both locally and nationally, school, students, administration, athletic department, and the community also. I don't want to forget, of course, the town of Montclair as well, and just the state of New Jersey. You get the final word here, Coach Lorber.
Just thank you. Thank you for entrusting me with this opportunity to lead this program. Thank you to our administration. Thank you to our coaching staff. Thank you to our players. So grateful for them every day. We're going to go out there, and thank you to our alumni. We're going to go out there, give it our all, win, lose, or draw. I know that everyone can be proud of the type of people that are inside that dugout and a part of this Red Hawk family. Well
said. Coach Lorber, just an incredible honor and privilege being able to interview you. Congrats to you and the rest of the team. Is it on your success up to this point? Wishing all of you the best, again on Friday against Ithaca in the NCAA Division III Baseball Regional Championship Tournament. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate your interest in our players and our program. Thank you.